Good evening. We begin with breaking news tonight as developments continue to unfold rapidly across the city. We will have more details shortly.
To the Mike Sipple report. Here we go. Another day filled with news, and this one's kind of interesting. Okay, I don't know if you heard about this, but there is a pizzeria in Point Pleasant, New Jersey called Joey Tomatoes. Yes. So these people came in, they bought 4 large pies, sat down, ate them. Some drinks and some toppings were on these pizzas. The bill came out to $250. Yes, these pies average like 40 something bucks. If you look on the menu, it's incredible. That's a lot of money for this for a friggin' large pizza. So I guess it's because it's down by Point Pleasant, New Jersey. So they were there, they paid their bill, and they called a couple days before, could have been that morning, whatever. They called because it was their child's birthday, their 5-year-old child's. And they had asked, can I bring in a small birthday cake? So the worker, could have been a waiter or waitress, whoever, somebody said, yes, you can bring in a cake to celebrate, after you're done eating. So there was no problem. They brought in this small cake. Well, they ate the pizza, they paid their bill, and all hell broke loose when they asked for a knife to cut the child's cake. The owner of the restaurant, of Joey Tomatoes, absolutely just said, you have no respect. Yeah, what if this was your house? Yelling at them in front of the customers, embarrass them, wouldn't let them celebrate their little 5-year-old's birthday with that small gesture of a cake. Instead, she made a big scene. She ruined this child's birthday. And you got to see the video. It's absolutely just, I'm at a loss for words. Number one, these people just gave you $250 to eat your pizza. I mean, how revolting and how sickening. Now it gets even better. Everybody's like protesting this pizzeria. It's all online, this and that. Their Google reviews went from a 4.58, something like that, to a 1.6. Check it out. Look for yourself. I telling you the truth. Joey Tomatoes, Point Pleasant. That one little tirade that this woman, the owner, went on, basically just ruined her business. Now, how do you think that little 5-year-old felt watching this woman yell at her parents and having this cake out there and wasn't even able to celebrate, sing happy birthday? Usually a couple people come out and they sing happy birthday. Yeah, sometimes you buy the desserts off the people, but you know what? The cake was tiny, very small, no big deal. The people just ate all this. They made a personalized cake for their kid. And this lady absolutely said no, just embarrassed them in front of all their regular guests and this and that. You gotta watch it. I just can't believe it. Okay, now let's move on to this because this is absolutely interesting. We, the Americans, pay high prices for all the tariffs. Yes, it's incredible. We're still paying them. The prices didn't go down, and I don't care what anybody says. Because you know what? I buy Costco coffee that used to be $11, and the same brand now, it's I think it was Folgers, something like that. It's over $19. The price never came down. So I'm just saying the tariff prices are still there on a lot of items. So the company Apple gets $2 billion of tariff refund. Amazon gets $600 million refund check, from these tariffs. Number one, they didn't pay for the tariffs. We paid for the tariffs. They just trickled them down to the American people. We paid the tariffs. So Amazon got this $600 million in a quarter. That's about it. So it's just hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of tariff money refunds going to these big corporations. And we, the American people, are still getting screwed royally by the federal government. And it's just absolutely disgusting. And there it is, the tariff report. So you guys, whoever still votes for Mr. Donald Trump, is his cheerleader, this and that, you know what? You're still getting burned. and also Medicare, Medicaid, whatever, that's being cut too. So enjoy and keep paying those high prices. It's unbelievable. Okay, real quick report. Here we go. So Trump is running out of ideas on the Iran war, and the military begins crowd sowing ideas for the troops via email on how to punish Iran because they have no ideas. So they're looking outside the box. This Trump administration has been seemingly running out of ideas, and they wish they could make this. I couldn't make this up, but I can't, so I won't. And according to United States military, it's asking troops for creative and unconventional ideas to punish Iran. By the way, if you like this channel, please subscribe, please hype. I'm on the road to 100,000 subscribers. It may take a little while, but thank you so much for watching. To the Mike Sipple report, here we go. Big news right now. So I got a couple reports here. Safety officials now probe the Army GPS jamming system of a fatal air crash. Yes, you heard me right. This is where 2 pilots and 2 nurses had passed away. They had perished when their plane slammed into the side of a mountain. They were on their way to pick up a patient, and this is what happened. So when they took off, the GPS, the pilot called in to air traffic control and said that they had lost their GPS system. They had lost their GPS capability. So air traffic controller then called the military, who were doing exercises not too far away, and they were doing the testing. So they stopped this GPS testing stuff, this military exercise they were doing, and they stopped it for a little bit. Then they resumed. And then what happened? This plane had crashed. So they don't know if this caused the accident. So these pilots were flying from Roswell to Reduso, New Mexico to pick up a patient. And what happened was when this plane crashed, it caused a massive wildfire that was going for about a month and burned a lot of acres. So the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board is now investigating the role the U.S. military GPS jamming could have played in this fatal crash. We'll see what happens, but there you have, it could have possibly be a GPS jamming thing. Here's another interesting story. Mr. Donald Trump missed the deadline for a rehearing on birthright citizenship. Yes, the date had come and it passed, and he now had missed this. I think he was given 31 days to file this, to get a rehearing on it, but it didn't happen. Supreme Court voted. It's locked in. It'll never happen. Birthright citizenship will stay in the United States. Sorry, Trump, you're a little too late. Now, in other breaking news, 2 people, we all know about the Cyclospora, the outbreak of the explosive diarrhea that's shooting across America. Well, there's been over 11,000 cases of this diarrhea parasite in America, and they're saying that it was caused by lettuce brought from Mexico or whatever. And now 2 people have passed away from the Cyclosporus. I guess it's some kind of spicospore or whatever it is, some kind of thing off it, Cyclosporus, which is an infection from Cyclospora. And what happens is that when you get this, you just become very dehydrated. You need to drink. And what happened was 2 people had now passed away. And we'll see what happens. So there's about 11,000 cases confirmed of this parasite virus. This is an interesting story because last night Mr. Trump was steaming, I mean fuming, and over this guy, the Olympian, not being charged with the destruction, vandalism of the reflective pool. Well, now 3 more people have been cleared of damaging the reflective pool, and he is just absolutely upset. And we'll see what happens, but it's hilarious. Number one, it was a botched job from the contractor, from a no-bid contractor, which he knew, his friend. That's what I'm told. And here's another report. This one's quite interesting. It actually pissed a lot of people off. So, Mr. Donald Trump's illegal tariffs, we all know about that. The court said they were wrong and this and that, and he was supposed to pay back. Well, guess what? He's not paying back you, me, or any American. He's paying back the big companies, and I got some money figures right here. This is the tariff refund. And so listen to this. Amazon, $600 million. Apple, $2.2 billion. Ford, $1.3 billion. General Motors, $500 million. UPS, $500 million. Walmart, this is a big one, $2.4 billion. That's not million, that's billion. And we're still waiting for our tariff refund. I don't think we're going to get it. And number one is, these companies did not pay this tariff money. They trickled it down, they increased their price, and we got screwed as Americans, and we didn't get a red cent back from this tariff refunds. And what's messed up about it, prices are still high. Trump did nothing about it, nothing about refunding the people. No, he refunded these big companies, these big corporations, and this and that. I guess, you rub their back a little bit and you get rewarded. So there you have it, folks. A quick report tonight. And if you like this channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to do this every single night. One day I want to get 100,000 subscribers. That is my goal. I would love to get that YouTube plaque. It means so much. I love reporting the news. Thank you so much. Give it a like, give it a follow, and hype this video. I really appreciate it. And like I always say, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. To the Mike Sipple Report. Here we go. Another day filled with news, because there's always something going down with the Trump administration and all around town. Here we go. A Canadian artist, Wendy Schafferod, created a big, beautiful portrait of none other than Mr. Donald Trump. Yes, you heard me right. It was an incredible portrait. If you look it up, you will see. And it was made with special ingredients. This portrait was made out of horse manure. Read my lips. Horse manure. Horse poopy. Yes. So it was a process to make this horse manure into a creative pencil painting object, whatever it is. But she did it. She took it. She grabbed it. She dried it out. She added some water. She smashed it, and became a paste, which dried again into a pencil form. And she used this beautiful paint thing, whatever it is, to basically make this portrait. And it sold at auction for $1,800. Yes, that's Canadian money. I don't know how much that is in Canadian money, whatever it equals out. And this was at the Souk Fine Art Show. So she created it. And, another thing, while she was creating this, making this horse manure into a little object to paint with and do this, she had to wear a special mask and form this outside because of the stench. Yes, it smelled like crap, because that's what crap does smell like. It smells. So everyone, if you have a chance, take a look at this artwork. It is really creative, I would have to say, and it's unbelievable, and it's all over the internet. It's all on the social platforms, and it sold for $1,800, so she did get a nice chunk of money for this painting portrait. Okay, here's another report, and this one's really good. Okay, we all know how, like, Donald Trump loves to win because he's a winner. No matter what he does, he wins. Yes, he won the FIFA award, wherever this other award was, the Nobel Peace Prize, even though he didn't win it. But he, he made sure that he said it enough. So the one lady in Venezuela, she gave up the Nobel Peace Prize. Then he finally thought he was a winner, but he really wasn't, because it belonged to the woman that originally got it. But she felt so bad for him, and she thought she'd kiss a little butt and give it to Donald Trump. But here's an interesting one. Today, Donald Trump allegedly wins his 43rd championship. Yes. And this is playing golf. And he has the gall to say that his talent and no one else, he has talent and no one else does. And that he won this championship with very little practice because there's so much things on his mind. And what was on his mind? he was probably thinking about what he's going to post on Truth Social, because that's all he does. He just posts stuff every 5 seconds on Truth Social, hundreds and hundreds of posts. Instead of leading the country and stopping Iran war, the man is just posting all the time, and now he's playing golf. And the interesting thing about this is he won his 43rd championship on his own golf course, and there's a picture of him and a video of him getting a trophy. So basically, he bought the trophy and paid somebody to hand it to him, so he feels good. It's just incredible, but he felt good. He won his championship on his own golf course, just like all the other ones, and it's absolutely incredible. He's happy. He won. He's a great golfer. You know, I don't know who he played against, but he has an award that basically he bought himself and then paid somebody to give it to him, and so he felt special for today. So there you have my report. Like, subscribe. Please give this video a hype. I really appreciate it. On the road to 100,000 subscribers. And thank you so much for watching my daily report. And like I said, there's always news. And I'll see you on the next video. To the Mike Sipple report, and wait until you hear this. This is absolutely huge news. Capital One. This happened today. It's really big. Capital One shut down Trump's bank accounts due to suspicious transaction patterns under anti-money laundering obligations. Yes, you heard me right. Big news. And Capital One shut it down. And they said they are not messing around. Here we go. Here's the story. So they shut down Donald Trump's bank accounts and made decision under federal anti-money laundering obligations. This is a case where Trump's trust that oversees his businesses sued Capital One back in 2021, saying that these accounts, Trump's accounts, were unjustly shut down. And so now, under a new court filing from Capital One, they say that they were closed in 2021 after months of analyzing by their anti-money laundering professionals. I mean, is that hot news? It just seems crooked in every single way. Imagine that, a billionaire washing money. Ooh, this is I'm at a loss for words. And the messed up thing is the rich just keep getting richer and the poor just keep being broke. Unbelievable. Only in America, the American dream, baby. But the messed up thing is a lot of broke people stand behind Mr. Donald Trump and believe that he's going to make their lives better. I don't know what to say. Okay, here we go. Some other report here going on. So the new war rapidly escalates. Russia and China increases support to Iran. U.S. set to strike energy infrastructure. The war in Iran is about to rapidly escalate, and the citizens in the region are asked to basically leave immediately. NBC News has confirmed that Russia is increasingly support for Iran intelligence. Reuters is providing that China is providing rocket launchers. CBS News is reporting that U.S. and Israel are preparing for the harshest bombing campaign yet, targeting Iran energy infrastructure. Strikes could begin as soon as today. But Iran's response is pretty big. They said anybody that participates in this war and strikes, quote, will be engulfed by the flames of war. That is some really big words. A harsh, stark warning. Okay, let's move on to lighter news. I know I'm reading pretty quick. I have a bunch of stuff to get through. This is a different report, a little bit on the lighter side. FIFA's president on the verge of losing his job as countries lose confidence after he tried to sell parts of the World Cup to the Kushners. Now, you all heard this report. It's been going on for about 2 weeks now. And a lot of these countries are upset. UEFA, all these other, like FIFA, everything's going all wild. So FIFA's president is on the verge of losing his job right now as UEFA, the European Soccer League, came out overnight in the past couple of hours and said they lost confidence in Gianni Infantino. and the multiple top soccer countries, including the United Kingdom and others, have said they are looking for a new leadership of FIFA. It comes after Infantino tried to sell a failed sale to parts of the World Cup to private investigators, including Kushner's family. So there's another big story, and it just keeps developing. And last but not least, Donald Trump suffered a huge embarrassment. And this is over as he blasts his own DOJ over the reflecting pool. Donald Trump is he's absolutely crashing out over the reflective pool and is now throwing his Department of Justice under the bus. Mass firings could be happening soon. In a new Truth Social post, he writes, I disagree 100% with Judge Gianna Priero, whatever, keeps insisting it was vandalizing and included the grass, which had a big 8647. You know, someone wrote it on a big chunk of lawn. That's the grass. That's not the reflective pool. So Mr. Donald Trump is trying to throw the grass, saying that also the reflective pool. It wasn't the grass person, whoever did that grass 8647 with the giant numbers. But they're saying it was a contractor. Major damage was done by the contractor who did shitty work, shoddy work, didn't know what the hell he was doing, was picked by Donald Trump in a no-bid contract. And I heard knew Mr. Donald Trump. So there you have it. Whatever millions of dollars, I think it was 15, 13, 15, 16 million dollars, taxpayers' money wasted, given to this contractor who did absolutely a crappy job. Paint peeling off. The water turned green a couple days later because of the heat. There was no chemicals in it. They poured all this freaking peroxide trying to make it blue, his big, beautiful blue pool. But you know what? It was stagnant water. It was like 95 degrees out. Algae blossoms in that. And it was shallow water with no circulation. So sorry, that's what happened. And they blamed it on the algae still in the pipes from back in the Biden era. Just absolutely asinine at its best. By the way, if you like this channel, please subscribe. I'll be making another video tomorrow. Topics, news, Mike Sipple report. Give it a like, subscribe. Trying to build this to 100,000 subscribers. And also the hype, the new feature on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, everything else. I'm trying to build this channel and have some fun giving the reports. Thank you so much for watching. This is the latest in the news. So just when you thought he was gone, guess what? He's back. And Elon Musk is about to surge tens of millions of dollars to the Republicans as he braces for the midterms. He wants these Republicans to win across the board. California to New Jersey and basically up and down the ballot. And according to Axios, Elon Musk is back and he is reviving his American PAC. And this is the same PAC that he spent over $260 million on with Mr. Donald Trump and the campaign and all that other stuff. They will be knocking on doors and placing ads. Also, direct mail. So this is going to get good because he's coming out to play some hard ball. Now, don't forget, Elon Musk and his PAC could have criminal prosecution in the state of Wisconsin for election interference with basically the Supreme Court. So fasten down, folks, because the midterms are coming and it's going to get really good. I have the latest news, and wait until you hear this. It's unbelievable. So, Joe Biden was seen sporting a new look. It's absolutely incredible. It reminds me of somebody, and wait until you see it. You're going to be at a loss for words, and I want to know your opinion. Does this really suit him? And you tell me. Here we go. Here you have it, folks. Joe Biden has a nice look. I think he's been relaxing, sitting out in the sun, and enjoying life. Maybe a little bit beach. He had sunglasses on, as you could tell. But yes, he does remind me of someone, and I would like to know, how do you feel? Do you think it's a good good look. And I really, can you imagine what the Republicans would say if this was Joe Biden in office? Go figure. This is developing news. FIFA's president Giovanni Infantino is in major trouble as he possibly swam a little bit too deep with this latest in the report of FIFA. As you're well aware, he wanted to sell a portion or a part of FIFA, the World Cup, to the Kushner family, the backing, and it's absolutely incredible. CONCACAF has basically said, no, we're not doing this. We don't like it. We don't want anything. And they rejected the idea. Now, don't forget, UEFA today also said that if this deal goes through, this proposal, whatever it is, they are going to boycott the World Cup. They're not going to play. They're upset. They're pissed. And according to The Atlantic, many members of CONCACAF are not happy about this, and they are just steaming Willie McBeeman. They are losing confidence in Giovanni Infantino, and members of Congress could possibly investigate this matter. So this is some big news to the soccer world, to the future, FIFA, and everything else. Let's see what happens and hope for the best. This is the latest breaking news. UEFA European Soccer agrees that they will boycott the World Cup if FIFA, and you hear me right, sells and does this stuff with Kushner. They don't want no part of a stake being sold to the Kushner-backed organization's investments. So if you're unaware of this, FIFA wants to sell ownership of the World Cup to basically this investment group backed by the Kushners. And today, 55 members held an emergency meeting and all said they all came to an agreement that there will be a boycott. UEFA governs the European soccer world, and also, with the FIFA and everything else, there's a lot of countries that will be involved in this. If this does happen in a boycott, you won't see Spain, you won't see France, you won't see a lot of big countries. So this could be very costly, whatever way this goes. And we all know that the World Cup was absolutely awesome this year. And I know we still have several more years for it to come back. But you know what? It's a lot of planning. So let's see where this holds and if there will be a boycott. I have some breaking news, and thank you for watching. Here we go. Mike Sipple report. So we all know Mr. Alex Jones. Yes, diehard Trump ally. And he supported Mr. Donald Trump 2024 election and therefore after. Well, the tides have changed. Yes, you heard me right. Alex Jones is now calling for Mr. Donald Trump's impeachment and removal. It's incredible turn, and I can't make this stuff up. So now the reason why Mr. Jones wants Donald Trump's impeachment and removal from office is that this Iran war conflict, and that Donald Trump did this without congressional approval. And now something about maybe possibly a draft one day. I don't know if it's just words. I'm just reporting the news. And this really got this guy upset, and he no longer can stand it. And he's just done. And he's saying even to invoke the 25th Amendment to get Mr. Donald Trump out of office. I mean, this guy was a diehard Trump supporter, ally, this and that. And I cannot believe he just turned the tables. Now, here's a real quick thing. Dr. Fauci, does everybody remember him? He pleaded the fifth today, and the Republicans are absolutely upset. I mean, this is basically, it's a constitutional right. And, and he just pleaded it, and he's like, I'm done. I ain't saying nothing. Absolutely. There's my story on that one. And now let's move on to something else. Trump had a very horrible day with Congress, and the SAVE Act is absolutely going nowhere. It's done. It's a dead deal. Stuck, lame duck, going nowhere. So now in Congress, the majority leader, John Thune, confirmed that they don't have the votes for the SAVE Act. They don't have the votes to nuke the filibuster. And once again, Republicans are, with Donald Trump, there's nothing they could do. And it's incredible. And that basically that they're not really supporting Mr. Donald Trump with, they can't back him. They still could try to pass the SAVE Act through the budget reconciliation, whatever, but they don't even have the votes for that right now. And as it stands, the SAVE Act has no chance of passing before the midterm elections. And basically, you know what's going to happen in the midterm elections. Democrats are going to take over everything. They're going to regain the House, control everything. And it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for November. Now, this is huge news. It's really not that good because, as you're all well aware today, Trump ended the Medicare Part D, where millions of seniors will see their cost rise. Yes, the people that are hurting are going to see a very significant rise in their health care prices. Soar across America, Trump administration overnight announced that it is ending what is called the Medicare Part D subsidies. These subsidies will officially expire at the end of 2026 and will not be available to the millions of seniors who enrolled and rely on these subsidies to keep prescription costs lower heading into 2027. And these seniors offer at brand names medication. The goal here, I heard, is to reduce the cost wherever. I guess the government's saving money. I'm not sure. And that these seniors are now going to have to pay a lot more money for their medicine and this and that. It's just incredible. It seems like the rich just keep getting richer, and Donald Trump really does not help the average American citizen. By the way, if you like this video, give this a like, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Trying to grow this channel. I like to talk about all kinds of topics. It's the report and Mike Sipple report, and let's see where it goes. Give it a hype. It's a new feature on YouTube. Thank you so much and really appreciate it. Take care. Welcome to Mike Sipple report. Here we go, hot off the press and in the newsroom. So if you're unaware of this, AI companies are now buying and destroying rare antique books. Yes, you heard me right. This is absolutely incredible. And they are doing this at a large scale. AI companies have started buying and destroying these rare antique books at incredible speed. They're buying the books, ingesting their contents to train their models, and then destroying them at an incredible scale, according to new reporting from Futurism. And here's what's happening according to 404 Media AI, is buying the bulk, rare books, scanning them through high-speed machines, and then absolutely ripping off the binder and shredding them, never to be seen or heard from again, now ingested by AI. I mean, that's kind of scary. It's very, very futuristic. And then that's where we are today. Here we go, another one. This is an interesting story. It has nothing to do with politics, but I don't know if you heard of this guy. There was a hiker who walked 10 miles down the highest peak in Montana after impaling himself with a pole. And he did this is because he wanted to avoid the helicopter evacuation bill, which could be in the thousands of dollars. So instead, he took it upon himself, walking as this trekking pole stuck in his leg, 8 inches on each side, pierced him. And he did it, and it's a wild story. He walked, he kept going 10 miles, and this basically exemplifies America's healthcare system, because he walked his 10 miles through the tallest parts of this Montana mountain after impaling himself with the pole because of the costly bill with the helicopter ride. And his name was David Spinelli, or whatever his name, 32-year-old ER nurse, and what he had done, and he had gone through the pain, and then I think at the end he slipped that baby out, and I don't know if he just wrapped it with a Band-Aid or not, but he is doing okay, and he saved himself a few $1,000s, which I can't believe he did, and he walked that 10-mile track back down the hill. Now here's some other crazy news. We all know that FIFA World Cup, it just passed. It was awesome. Spain, Argentina, great ending. And we all know that, I remember that one game where the American got that red card was thrown out for a game, and then Trump made a phone call to the FIFA president. Then suddenly the red card was reversed and he's allowed to play, but then the United States lost anyway. Wait until you hear this, because the soccer world erupts as FIFA seeks a Kushner-backed company to run the World Cup. Yes, FIFA's president has introduced a new plan to put together a $20 billion private company backed by Jared Kushner to run the World Cup. FIFA's president Gianni Infantino announced this plan today, saying that this new $20 billion company will be run by the Kushner family, backed by then and then other private investors. And this is huge because a lot of people, a lot of countries are not happy about this. It just seems like it's rigged. And what I said was, watch, the next time the World Cup happens, watch the United States. They're going to be like favored big time. They'll probably win it. Just kidding. Only joking around. Now, in other news, I saw the video. It was actually like kind of messed up. Mr. Donald Trump is now, well, let's go to this one first. He was at Lindsey Graham's funeral today, and I saw the video. He's actually winking, like blinking, like slowly going off to La La Land, falling asleep in the chair. I mean, just going back and forth. And then all of a sudden, he's sleeping right in the middle of the funeral. He's out, his eyes are shut, and he's like gone. He's taking a nice nap. But the thing is, people say, why are you saying this about Mr. Donald Trump? He was relentless, and he even gave Joe Biden that title, Sleepy Joe Biden. Now at 80 years old, Trump is the oldest presidents. And now he is napping everywhere. And I guess it's when you hit that 80-year-old age, you start just taking naps. You need a good afternoon nap. But I mean, where he's taking naps, he's doing it in the meetings, he's doing it at press conferences, and now at funerals. Now let's get to the next story, because you know what? Trump ponders his own mortality as he's dealing with Lindsey Graham's death, and it's spooking him big. His sudden death has forced Donald Trump to start pondering his own mortality. And this is according to the Washington Post. He has increasingly been talking about his own mortality behind the scenes, and even possibly a little, he's like fearful about Lindsey Graham, what happened to him, and what contributed to his deteriorating health. He's saying that maybe all the traveling that Lindsey Graham has done, that maybe this is what contributed. And then he's also wants to know, he's looking in somehow into Lindsey Graham's family history to see if there is a genetic factors. So there you have it. I think Mr. Donald Trump's a little spooked, and but there's always news, like I said. Thank you for watching this episode. If you like it, please subscribe. On the road to 100,000 subscribers. I hope that is my dream. I love to build this channel. Give you the news, give you the Mike Sipple report on anything. We talk about anything. If you want to hear a certain topic, leave it in the comments. Also, give this video hype. It's a new feature on YouTube, and really appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Next report. Welcome to the Mike Sipple report. Here we go. Big day filled with news because a lot of stuff has happened. Were you affected today by the T-Mobile outage? This happened, I think, around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and hit a lot of states across the country. Major metropolitan areas were hit. Up to 200,000 T-Mobile users were affected. Basically, the phone said SOS only mode, lack of mobile data, internet, and texting. And yes, I was affected by it. I thought my phone, I just bought a brand new phone. I thought there was something wrong, and it was very frustrating because there was no answer. I was also hit with a blackout today too. I don't know where, it just came out of nowhere. Just the lights went out, and that was all, folks. They're saying that basically we're going to start seeing a lot more of these outages because of these big super data places. And today, it could be the beginning. I'm not sure, but my lights went straight out for no reason. No storm. The weather was beautiful. The sky blue. So now let's get back to this T-Mobile stuff, because there was 60 to 200,000 people affected by this T-Mobile. And Places were Washington, D.C., Chicago, Los Angeles, Detroit, New York, Washington. Yeah, I said Washington. So a lot of places, even as far as L.A., but California and all that other stuff. So there was a lot of stuff going on today with this T-Mobile outage. And in other news, wait till you hear this. They are saying that Gen Z is drinking error and the rate has surged. Yes, Gen Z has now entered the drinking era. Gen Zers are drinking a lot more now than they were several years ago. And here's the latest with that. They drink as much as the rest of the population. I mean, they're smacking it down. And they're not smacking some cheap stuff down. It's not quantity wise, it's quality wise. So this could be some expensive stuff. Could be some nice vodka, some nice whiskey, a good bottle of wine. So the rest of the population, according to a new report from IWSR, which shows that Gen Zers drinking rate among the legal age is now up 74%. And just 3 years ago, it was 66%. So they're actually out there having a good time. Now, I don't know. Could it be because there's a lot of stress going on with the Trump administration and all that crap? You got to go out and have a couple beers, feel good. Every now and then, I like to smack a cold Modelo. I actually love Modelo. Mexican beer. Way to go, baby. All right, so now, here we go on to another report. This is with France. France blasts America, says no one listens to it, and that America stands alone. This is huge news. So this is a report I saw yesterday about the French government account saying that America now stands alone, saying that the United States used to be a beacon of human rights. That's no longer anymore. A lot of countries don't think so. And now we stand alone with countries, because there was this thing they were doing, this voting and all that over in France. We stand alone with North Korea, Nicaragua, Maui, whatever I'm saying the word, Russia, isolated, and the world no longer listens to it. They're saying hashtag America alone. This was a vote that the United Nations had over the past couple days, where America was part of some council or whatever. They didn't vote for the UN human rights chief to be reinstated or whatever, but some kind of stuff. But that's what they're saying. United States stands alone. We're not the same country. And it's pretty sad, because we used to help a lot of people in the world. Countries that got hit with hurricanes, just a lot of stuff, war, everything. We used to help. Tornadoes, anything that happened, tsunamis, we would help and assist, but not now. We're just so different. Very, very isolated. Okay, here we go. Now, this is another good one. There's another report, and we carry on. The majority of Venezuela. Remember that? Remember when Trump went over there and kidnapped the guy and this and that? He had his men kidnap him, the army, whoever did it. So majority of Venezuelan recent oil revenue is currently unaccounted for and held in U.S.-controlled custody of more than $13 billion collected on oil sales managed by the U.S. They're saying that the Trump administration raked in about $13 billion after Venezuela oil experts in the wake of the kidnapping of Nicolas Maduro. And the Financial Times analyst says 6 months later, after two massive earthquakes destroyed a lot of parts of the country, that the money is nowhere to be found. This money was supposed to go to Americans and Venezuelans. And basically, a lot of it is unaccounted for. And they're wondering, they seized this millions of barrels of oil, and Trump assumed complete control of, and the administration claimed that it was all part of the profit from the sales for the benefit, like I said before, of the American and Venezuelan people. The state and billions of dollars have been dispersed, but none of it seems to be true. Where is the money? Yeah, there's some real serious news tonight. I mean, there's a lot of drama. There's always something going on. So I love reporting it. Mike Simple Report. Here we go. I love to report on all kinds of topics. It's not always going to be about politics. Here we go. Another one. Republican urging candidates to distance themselves from Trump as the president becomes a lame duck. I mean, lame. The news right now is Republicans are being urged to distance themselves from Donald Trump on the campaign trail to win in November, because it's coming up real soon. We got August like a couple days away, midterms coming, and basically the Republicans are going to be panicking. And Mr. Donald Trump should be panicking because he could be impeached if the Democrats regain control. So now they are telling, the senior Republicans are telling incumbents and the challengers that Trump is not a popular on the campaign trail. And it comes to, as Trump spent all weekend, I don't know if you're well aware of this, he spent all weekend posting some very odd memes. I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens on his Truth Social. Take a look. And a lot of his followers, his little people, Republicans and all that, you have to see the comments. They were vicious. And these were diehard Republicans just not happy with him, saying that run the country instead of sitting there on Truth Social posting this crap. And just a lot of stuff. The economy, the war. It was endless and it was vicious. Even his own people are fed up with him. Also, people are asking, is it a health episode? Like, is he good upstairs? Is he becoming unhinged? Does he need another, cognitive test? Because some of this stuff was so far-fetched. And it's like, yes, when is he going to run the country? When is he going to bring down the, cost of goods and everything else, the economy? Remember when Joe Biden was a president? All it was eggs, and everyone was crying about that. This guy has endless tariffs that he only reimbursed the businesses, and we're still paying the high cost because the goods did not come down. By the way, if you like this video, please give it a subscribe, give it a like, follow, and also give it a hype. It's a new thing on YouTube. I really appreciate it because I'm trying to build to 100,000 subscribers and gain some traction. Thanks so much. Until the next day, till the next report.